Can looks deceive? The halo effect. Welcome back to Philosophy Examined, your favorite spot for exploring the profound questions of life and society. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay updated on our latest content. Today, we delve into an intriguing topic: the benefits attractive people seemingly enjoy over those considered less attractive. Is physical beauty truly a golden ticket to an easier life? Let's examine. In the world we live in, physical attractiveness plays a significant role. It seems, all things being equal, attractive individuals benefit from something known as the halo effect. This is a type of cognitive bias where people automatically assign positive qualities to those who are physically appealing. But what is the halo effect? It is a psychological bias that was first studied in detail by American psychologist Edward Thorndike in the early 20th century. Thorndike first encountered the halo effect during his work with the military during World War I. As he examined soldiers' performance evaluations, he noticed a curious pattern. Commanding officers would often rate an individual soldier either positively or negatively across all performance areas, rather than providing differentiated ratings for separate skills. It seemed that a positive trait, such as physical attractiveness or general likability, influenced the officers' perceptions of the soldiers' other abilities, leading them to view these individuals in a consistently positive light. In order to explore this further, Thorndike conducted a series of experiments. He asked commanding officers to evaluate their soldiers on a variety of characteristics, both physical and intellectual. His analysis revealed that the ratings given by officers were consistently biased, suggesting a strong tendency to generalize one trait across multiple unrelated domains. For instance, a soldier who was seen as good-looking, a positive physical trait, was also likely to be rated as intelligent, competent, and reliable, even though these attributes had no direct connection to physical appearance. This marked the discovery of what Thorndike termed the halo effect, a phenomenon that powerfully illustrates the shortcuts our brains take when forming impressions about others. Since Thorndike's initial discovery, the halo effect has been extensively studied in various contexts. In particular, its impact on perceptions of physical attractiveness has drawn significant attention. When someone is considered physically attractive, we tend to automatically, and often subconsciously, attribute other positive qualities to them. This includes assumptions about their intelligence, competence, and overall character. It's a cognitive bias that remains deeply ingrained in our societal interactions, even though we now recognize it and its potential implications. Attractiveness appears to offer an advantage, right from the job application stage. A study published in the Journal of Social Psychology explored this by sending out identical resumes with photographs of attractive and less attractive applicants. The study found that resumes with attractive photos were significantly more likely to receive callbacks for interviews, suggesting a beauty premium at work. Once employed, physically attractive individuals tend to earn higher salaries, a phenomenon observed across different sectors and professions. In his book Beauty Pays, economist Daniel Hamermesh found that attractive people earn, on average, 3 to 4% more than people with below-average looks. Over a lifetime, this could accumulate to a significant amount, ranging from $140,000 to $240,000. In terms of job performance, studies suggest that attractive individuals are often perceived as more competent, even if their actual performance does not substantiate this perception. For instance, a research study conducted by the University of Messina found that students rated lectures delivered by more attractive professors as more competent and valuable than identical lectures given by less attractive professors. This workplace advantage of physical attractiveness is often driven by the beauty is good stereotype, where beauty and goodness are seen as inherently linked. This cognitive bias leads people to associate attractive individuals with positive traits, such as trustworthiness, intelligence, and capability, irrespective of whether they've demonstrated these traits. Moreover, attractive individuals are also more likely to land leadership roles. In a Cornell University study, participants were shown photos of faces and asked to rate them for their suitability for leadership. The results: attractive individuals were overwhelmingly selected as more suitable for leadership positions. These instances underscore a profound and pervasive bias that operates in our workplaces. It's important to remember, however, that attractiveness is subjective and culturally determined, and these biases often operate subconsciously. As we continue to strive for fair and inclusive workplaces, recognizing these biases is the first step towards mitigating their impact. On the social front, the beauty premium appears to extend beyond professional settings. Attractive individuals often find themselves at the center of social attention, getting approached and engaged in conversations more frequently. This has been observed in various social contexts, such as parties, community events, or even casual gatherings. For example, a study conducted by the University of California showed that individuals perceived as attractive received more invitations to social events, were more likely to be accepted for dates, and were more often approached for casual conversations. In the digital world, this bias towards attractiveness is clearly observable in the realm of social media and online dating. On platforms like Instagram, attractive individuals often have significantly larger followings, garner more likes, and receive more comments. On dating apps, users with attractive profile pictures receive more right swipes, matches, and messages. These social advantages can translate into a richer and more diverse social network. As sociologists have long noted, having a broader network can have numerous benefits, including access to a wider range of perspectives, more social support, and a greater sense of belonging. In the context of professional growth, a larger and more diverse network means a greater range of opportunities. For instance, an attractive individual might be more likely to be introduced to influential people, hear about job openings or collaborative projects, or receive mentorship offers. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as the network effect of attractiveness. That being said, while attractiveness can open doors, it's also important to note that sustaining relationships and making the most of opportunities generally requires substance and competence. Physical attractiveness might initiate conversations, but it's the depth of character, interpersonal skills, and professional abilities that deepen connections and lead to meaningful progress, both personally and professionally. Physical attractiveness can sometimes skew a teacher's expectations of a student's academic performance. One notable study, conducted by psychologists at the University of Munich, asked teachers to rate the academic potential of students based solely on their photographs. The study found that the more attractive students were consistently rated as having a higher academic potential. Such expectations can have a self-fulfilling prophecy effect. A study from the University of Alberta demonstrated that teachers' high expectations for attractive students often lead to these students receiving more attention and assistance, which can, in turn, enhance their actual performance. For instance, a teacher might offer more help to a student they perceive as bright, due to their attractiveness, or may be more patient with their mistakes. Over time, these small advantages can accumulate, resulting in the attractive student performing better academically, thus reinforcing the initial bias. Moreover, attractive students may also be selected for leadership roles, like class representative or team captain, more often. These roles not only boost a student's confidence but also offer them opportunities to develop important skills, such as public speaking, team management, and problem solving. But it's not just teachers, peers also contribute to this phenomenon. Attractive students often have more friends and are more likely to be included in study groups, which can provide additional academic support. These examples illuminate how the halo effect can alter the educational journey for students based on something as superficial as physical attractiveness. This realization underscores the need for educators to be mindful of their biases and to foster an environment where every student is given equal opportunities to excel, regardless of their appearance. Physical attractiveness also plays a major role in marketing and advertising. The use of attractive models, spokespersons, or endorsers is a widespread strategy in advertising. This practice is rooted in the assumption that the attractiveness of the spokesperson will create a positive impression of the product or service being marketed. Take the cosmetics industry, for example. Beauty brands routinely employ models with flawless skin, bright eyes, and perfect teeth to advertise their products. This creates a subconscious connection in the consumer's mind between the product and the attractive features of the model. The underlying message is that using these products could help them achieve a similar level of attractiveness. In the automobile industry, it's common to see sleek cars being advertised by attractive individuals. The implication is that owning such a car could increase the owner's attractiveness or social standing. The attractive models are used to personify the sophistication, luxury, and desirability associated with the car. Celebrity endorsements provide another clear example. Celebrities are often considered attractive due to their physical looks, charisma, and the perceived glamour of their lifestyles. Brands leverage this attractiveness by having celebrities endorse their products. The aim is to transfer the celebrity's appeal to the product, thereby enhancing its attractiveness in the eyes of consumers. It's important to note, however, that the effectiveness of using physical attractiveness in advertising can depend on the relevance of attractiveness to the product. For instance, using an attractive model to advertise a beauty product or fashion line might be more effective than using one to advertise a technical or practical product, where expertise might be more valued. The pervasive influence of physical attractiveness in marketing and advertising underscores the power of the halo effect and the value our society places on beauty. It also raises important questions about the societal standards of attractiveness and their impact on consumer behavior. As consumers, awareness of these tactics can help us make more informed decisions, separate from the influence of superficial factors like physical attractiveness. Immanuel Kant, the great philosopher, once said, "Out of the crooked timber of humanity, no straight thing was ever made." In other words, humans are inherently flawed and biased, even when it comes to beauty. But recognizing this bias is the first step towards addressing it. Socrates, one of the most important figures in Western philosophy, emphasized the idea of inner beauty over physical attractiveness. He is often quoted as saying, "Beauty is a short-lived tyranny," implying that physical attractiveness is transient and should not be overly valued. Socrates urged us to seek virtue and wisdom, which constitute true beauty. The Socratic perspective can serve as a reminder to consider the whole person, not just their physical appearance, in our judgments. Plato, a student of Socrates, further explored the concept of beauty. He distinguished between physical beauty and spiritual beauty in his dialogues. He posited that while physical beauty can stimulate attraction, spiritual beauty, which is aligned with goodness and wisdom, has a far greater value. This philosophical standpoint underscores the need to look beyond surface-level attractiveness when forming our perceptions. John Locke, the 17th century Enlightenment thinker, also touched upon this topic. In his work An Essay Concerning Human Understanding, he discussed the idea of secondary qualities such as color and sound, which do not exist in the objects themselves but in our perception of them. One could argue that physical attractiveness is a secondary quality, dependent on the perceiver's cultural, societal, and personal standards. This understanding helps highlight the subjectivity of attractiveness and the importance of being aware of our personal biases. Friedrich Nietzsche, a 19th-century philosopher, argued that our perceptions of beauty are influenced by our personal instincts and desires. According to Nietzsche, physical attractiveness is not an objective quality but a reflection of an individual's values and desires. This perspective can provide a deeper understanding of why different individuals or cultures might have varying standards of beauty. Confucius, the influential Chinese philosopher, proposed the concept of ren or inner beauty, which holds a deep moral significance. For Confucius, true beauty is intrinsically linked to virtues like benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and sincerity. This emphasis on inner beauty could be seen as a philosophical antidote to the halo effect, promoting the idea that it's the internal character of a person that truly defines their beauty. Arthur Schopenhauer, a 19th-century German philosopher, argued in Metaphysics of the Love of the Sexes that our perceptions of beauty might be influenced by a deeper, unconscious drive, the desire to ensure the best qualities are passed on to future generations. If one were to extend Schopenhauer's reasoning to the halo effect, it could be that people's positive attributions towards physically attractive individuals are influenced by deep-seated biological factors. Michel Foucault, a 20th-century French philosopher, spent much of his career examining how societal power structures shape our perceptions and identities. Foucault might argue that our current societal emphasis on physical attractiveness and resulting phenomena like the halo effect is not a natural occurrence but rather a constructed norm influenced and perpetuated by societal institutions and media. Lastly, Simone de Beauvoir, a 20th-century French philosopher and feminist, might critique the emphasis on physical attractiveness as a form of oppression. In her work The Second Sex, de Beauvoir highlights how women, in particular, have been objectified and valued for their physical appearance rather than their abilities or character. Such a critique invites us to question and challenge the undue emphasis placed on physical attractiveness in our society. Contemporary thinkers continue to examine the concepts of beauty and attractiveness within the contexts of our current society. Naomi Wolf, the author of The Beauty Myth, explores the societal pressures placed on physical attractiveness, particularly in relation to women. She posits that standards of beauty are often unattainable and are used as a form of control, suppressing the confidence and potential of those who don't meet these exacting standards. Nancy Etkoff, a psychologist at Harvard University, is known for her book Survival of the Prettiest, in which she discusses the science of beauty. She argues that our perception of beauty is not simply a cultural construct but has deep evolutionary roots. However, she also highlights the often unreasonable and damaging societal expectations around physical appearance. Liz Jones, a British journalist known for her commentary on beauty standards in the fashion industry, critiques the obsession with youth and thinness and the lack of diversity in portrayals of beauty. Her work underscores the need for a broader, more inclusive definition of beauty. Cameron Russell, a model-turned-activist, gave a popular TED Talk called "Looks Aren't Everything. Believe Me, I'm a Model," where she discussed the benefits and pitfalls of winning the genetic lottery. She emphasizes the power of image in our society and advocates for a greater understanding of the way physical attractiveness can bias our perceptions. Jeffrey Miller, an evolutionary psychologist, suggests that our attraction to physical beauty may be an adaptive trait for choosing healthy and fertile mates. However, he also points out that our current environment, filled with manipulated images and unrealistic standards, might be leading these instincts astray. Although the halo effect can apply to both men and women, research suggests that it might impact women more than men due to societal norms and expectations. There is extensive research showing that women are often evaluated more on their physical appearance than men, especially in areas like the media, entertainment, and certain work environments. For example, in television broadcasting and acting, women are often subject to higher beauty standards than their male counterparts. In professional settings, some studies have shown that attractive women are more likely to be hired, promoted, and earn higher salaries than less attractive women. However, these same studies have shown that attractiveness can also be a double-edged sword for women, with very attractive women sometimes being perceived as less competent in traditionally male-dominated fields. This is a phenomenon known as the beauty is beastly effect. For men, attractiveness can also play a role in how they are perceived and treated, but the emphasis on physical appearance may be less than it is for women. Studies have shown that attractive men also benefit from the halo effect in social and professional contexts, but physical attractiveness for men is often tied to other characteristics, like perceived masculinity or leadership abilities. As we continue to evolve as a society, it becomes increasingly important for us to challenge and question the undue emphasis on physical attractiveness. Instead, we should celebrate diversity, character, and individuality. After all, the real beauty of a person lies far deeper than their surface. So, as we wrap up today's exploration, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with the influence of attractiveness on societal advantages? What are your real-life experiences? Have you been either a beneficiary or a victim of the halo effect? How do you think we can work towards reducing this bias? Thanks for joining us in this exploration today. Make sure you share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more philosophical explorations. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.